Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And tonight, it's Thursday night and I'm here with a technique. Now, you may notice some slightly different kind of tonight because I'm pre-recording this video. I am actually away. I am in Vienna, Austria, for the Stampin' Up! On Stage conference. And so I wanted to make sure that I did some pre-recording of videos for you. And so this is the card that I decided to make and share with you. Now, the technique that I'm doing tonight is masking, and we're using masks. So I'll show you what I mean by that. This is a really simple card. And I just really love the technique. And you could mass produce these, which is I actually am mass producing them. And so it's really easy to do, and I think it's quite effective. So let me switch over to my desktop and we'll get started. All right, as I said, I'm pre-recording this, so I won't be responding to comments, but I'm happy if you put comments in because I was absolutely going in and look at the comments after the fact. So first of all, let me show you the card. So this is the card. I think it's really effective. I am using these. This is the new stamp set that's part of the Fitting Florets bundle, and then there's the designer series paper and the really pretty swirl, gold swirl embellishments. I'm just using the stamp set. So I'm using the Thank You with All My Heart and then this flower here. And I'm not actually coloring it, although this is a great stamp set for using color. I am using, what I've done is I've masked off this image or this background and I'm stamping over top. So really simple. And like I said, you could really create a lot of these. And then some of the decorative matte dots in the in colors. So what I've done, I took a piece of the masking paper. That's what this is. And I cut out of it the, using the, I think it was the largest of the stitched shape circle. And then I just took it and applied. This is one of the masks that we have. It comes in a package with different patterns. I really just like this checkered one, kind of a double checkered. And so I just laid it down, the mask on, and lined it up. So it just gives me something to, I stood up. I actually could probably get this back in place. So I'm just going to take and line this up along one of these lines. So it's relatively straight, and then just lay it down. So now it's completely in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm using, so my base for this is basic black. It's 5.5 by 8.5. And then I've got a piece of Orchid Oasis. So that's what I'm going to use for the blend. I'm using my blending brushes to color. So that's Orchid Oasis. That's cut 4 inches by 5.25. And then I've got a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm just going to take and line this up. I'm just really roughly lining my masking paper up with the edge of my basic white. Doesn't have to be exact, but then I'm just going to kind of press it down a little bit. And now I need some, where's my Orchid Oasis ink? There we go. And so what we're going to do is grab your blending brush. You can see I've done a few of these in Orchid Oasis. So grab your blending brush in whatever color that you want. And I'm just going to pick up some. Now mine is quite juicy, so I'm just going to just go quite light to start. And now you're just going to take and blend. So you could use whatever color you want, and you can make it as dark as you want. I want some color there because I'm going to stamp over top of it. And you can see how easy that was to create. Not only do you create a really mass, you could do the whole thing if you wanted to, but I just kind of like the fact that this is a circle. And so you could do whatever shape you want just by cutting out that using the masking paper and then laying it over top of your mask. Okay, so here's another thing that you can do to make this reproducible and quick and easy. Grab your stamp apparatus. Now, I have already lined up my two stamps. I've got the thank you and I've got the flower. And now I'm just going to lay this on. So I kind of took a scrap piece of paper that was the same size as this, put it down, and then positioned my stamps where I wanted them. So now I'm going to get my thank you at the top and then my flower in the middle of my colored section. And now just I'm just using Tuxedo Black Memento. Again, mind, it's a pretty simple card. But I really love how it turned out. So we're just going to take and stamp, and we're going to press down and make sure we get all of the parts of the stamp. If you've got, I got a bottle that I created out of a dollar store bottle and then put, this is one of those felt things you put underneath furniture. I just glued it to the top, and it just allows me, it just makes it easier to press down. And there we go. I've got my stamped sentiment and my flowers, and my stamps are still there for the next card that I need to make. So let's bring our pieces back in. So I said, this is a really simple card tonight. So the video is going to be fairly short, but hopefully you like this card. So again, my card base is basic black. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And as always, we're going to fold into the mountain or the raised line and burnish it with our bone folder. And then I've got, this is a piece of Orchid Oasis that I cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we're going to take and just glue this. If you wanted to, you could add ribbon and, oops, that wasn't so good. I got glue on me. Not sure why. We'll wipe that glue off before I get it all over me. There we go. Okay, so we're going to adhere this to the Orchid Oasis. See how pretty that looks? Just really pops that image. And then this piece we're going to adhere to our card base. Just like that. And then I've got, these are the decorative matte dots in the in colors. So I've got, let's see, there we go, to figure out which ones are which. So these are the Orchid Oasis. So I'm just going to put 3 of these in different, they're coming kind of, they're ombre effect. So we'll just put 2 of the big ones and 1 of the little one kind of randomly on there. So that's the card front, all done. See how quick and easy that is? Now I've got a piece of basic white cardstock for the inside of the card. And I'm just going to take and lay my mask kind of here in the corner, not all the way on the card. So this isn't going to be the kind of full circle that we had on the front, but we're going to get a little bit of color here on the inside of the card. This is a little darker than the front of the card. So just add some color, a little bit of detail to the inside of the card. And then if you want to put a sentiment on, you could, but I am just going to leave this as a blank card so that I can write my thank you note on the inside of the card. And somehow I have completely cut these pieces of basic white not quite right. So in theory, this piece of basic white should be 4 inches by 5 1/4, but it is, I think it's just a touch too long, but that's okay. It will be fine. Okay, so there is the card. And again, so this is Masking with a Mask. How's that for a name? So again, hopefully you enjoyed that. I will be back. Let's see, this one is just before I come back. So I actually will be back on the 16th of November. And so stay tuned. I will be back live on the 17th for probably a mystery challenge. I'm not sure what it'll be. It'll probably be pretty quick and easy given the fact that I may be suffering from jet lag still. But so I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. If you're part of my Facebook group or on my page, or you follow me on Instagram, stay tuned. I will be posting pictures from my trip. I can't wait. I'm so excited both about on stage and touring around Vienna. So stay tuned for pictures as well. So, all right, everybody. Hope you have a great evening. Happy stamping.